One thing I can say is that these guys have destroyed, humbled and embarrassed us in the last 3 years. Watching them making jokes, laughing, happy just makes me sick to the stomach. This energy in the Liverpool dressing room reminds me of how the energy was during the Pogba era, Anthony Martial, Lukaku. That era was the era when people are dancing in the dressing room. Right now, I don't know what is happening in Manchester United, but I hope we will grow and become better. And just to make things worse, people are amplifying our pain. Look at this guy who thinks he's making something that will make Manchester United fans have hope and all that. But you are amplifying the hate, the losses, and the pain. How can you create a content like this, dictating or showing how we've lost all the games? I know you are not a supporter of Manchester United if you can make things like this. Stop.
It really is quite simple. Dembele did not really quite fit in the Barcelona team at that time. The time he spent in Barcelona compared to the time he has spent in PSG, you can differentiate the both of them. In Barcelona, most of the time he was on injuries on the bench. He wasn't playing. Yes, the talent was there, but playing with players like Neymar. So his number was not available for him. Now he went to PSG and people called him very bad names. Barcelona fans hated him for just moving to PSG. You know why? Because they thought he's going to be the star boy of Barcelona. Stuck with him when he had an injury of over a year and a half. But that thing angered the Barcelona fans because he did not remain in Barcelona. He opted to move to PSG. And right now he went to PSG. The injuries are still there, but he came back, scored very many goals in the Champions League, won with PSG the French Cup. I'm telling you, he did all that. And he deserved it compared to any other player. He's one of the players that deserved it more. You should just sit down and appreciate this kind of a player. Subscribe, like, and follow. Firstly, we need to take a moment to appreciate this player, Gabriel Martinelli. His comeback has been louder than his fallout. Last night's game, Arsenal vs Sportswell, was nice, was fantastic, but the goal contribution to Eze was the one that Gabriel Martinelli needed. He has done it in 3 games right now. Atletico Bilbao against now Man City, now against Sportswell. He's given an assist to Eberechi Eze. Now tell me if that's not an incredible player to you. It is game week 6 in the Premier League, and here are my predictions of this week's games.
Manchester United vs Brentford is going to be balanced. Despite Brentford losing players like Mbeumo and Wissa, they are still tough and can win that game. But I'm predicting a narrow win for Manchester United, a 1-0 against Brentford. The next game is Chelsea vs Brighton. Despite Chelsea losing Palmer for 3 weeks right now, the game is still going to be tough and enjoyable. But I'm predicting a Chelsea win over 3-1 against the Brighton. Crystal Palace vs Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool are going to win this game, but they're not going to take it easy. This game is either going to end in a draw or a 1-0, a narrow win against Crystal Palace. Leeds vs Bournemouth. Despite the way they are playing the Premier League right now, don't count them out. I'm going to say this game is going to be tough. It's either going to end in a draw or Bournemouth to win, a 2-1 win for Bournemouth, and Semenyo to score. Man City vs Burnley. City is going to score or Man City is going to win. Haaland to score and an assist from Jeremy Doku. Count on that. Nottingham Forest vs Sunderland. Of course, Nottingham Forest are going to win this game, but Sunderland can also win this game. So this game is 50-50. I have no clear prediction of this game. Spurs vs Wolves. Spurs are on a right form, and I'm predicting a Spurs win over 2-1. But we all know how Spurs are. You can't know what their next move is. Again, this is one of the games that I don't have a clear prediction on it. So count on that. Either team can win or lose. Manchester City vs Arsenal yesterday was superb, fantastic. It had all the drama and all the things that somebody needed to watch in a football match. Let us go and start with Haaland's goal. And I told you in my last video that Haaland is going to score. So always follow my prediction. Haaland scored, then they packed the bus. Nobody is talking about how Man City packed that bus and they were defending that 1-0 lead from Arsenal. But in the 90th minute plus something, they did it again. Gabriel Martinelli was substituted and came and scored a superb goal. That chip over Donnarumma was something fantastic. And don't come here, Manchester City fans, complaining about Donnarumma. That chip, Donnarumma could not have done anything about it, you know. So bravo to Gabriel Martinelli. He did it with Atletico Madrid. He has done it again against Man City. So till next time, subscribe, like, and follow.